Showboating Sports. Manny Pacquiao versus Keith Thurman. Give you my thoughts on that. But before we go any further, man, hit that like, subscribe, and share. Man, you know what it is. It's kind of hard out here for a pimp. But anyway, man, share this video, man. So let's get right to it. Man, from the opening rounds, it's Keith Thurman versus Manny Pacquiao bout. Man, it was a good show. It was a good boxing match, man. You know what? It was actually better than what I thought it would be. And let me tell you why. I actually picked Keith Thurman to win the fight because I thought what Keith was going to do his little pop shots, get a hit on the scorecards and run. That's what I thought. Thought he was going to be a little bit faster than Manny Pacquiao. You know, that's what I was thinking. I also bet my daughter, and what I told her was 60-40, 60 Keith Thurman, 40 Pacquiao. I bet her a car wash. I was hoping Pacquiao would win only because, you know, man, Keith Thurman's been dancing around, not wanting to fight the best competition, talking about, oh, man, I'm hurt. It's always something with Keith Thurman, and it turned me against Keith Thurman because let me tell you, I would normally pull for the USA. I always try to pull for fighters. Then, you know, I'll go down my list of my reasons why I pull for anybody. Anyway, but when I look at it, you got Earl Spence, Sean Porter, Terrence Crawford. Man, these people trying to feed their families. They trying to give us what we want to see, and they trying to become legends. And you can't do that when you got somebody running and playing dodge them with the sports, you know? But anyway, so that turned me against Keith Thurman. But I thought he would win because I thought he would pop shot. I thought he would run and all that. But Keith Thurman, I'm not going to say he underestimated Pacquiao because he didn't. He overestimated himself. See, Keith Thurman thought he could be like he used to be, like he was before. He took this long layoff. He thought, well, man, look, this Josecito Lopez. He even said with his own mouth, he went and trained in LA Fitness. Can you believe that? He said, I didn't go spar. I didn't do any of that. So in his head, he thinks he's this elite fighter. He doesn't have to work at it. Man, newsflash, Keith. You have to work at it. You can't take a 2-year layoff trying to be Floyd Mayweather, take some time off, come take a tune-up fight, and be right at it. Because see, what Keith Thurman don't understand is Floyd has done this since he was a little kid. He has always worked hard. He has always stayed in shape. He does that constantly. He even spars when he doesn't have to. Keith Thurman, you was out here up in Nepal or where you was chasing your wife down, partying, living the good life. What did Marvin Hagler say? It's hard to fight when you sleeping on silk sheets. Meaning, if you rich and everything going for you, you getting all these women, all these girls, these nice cars and flying around in your planes and all that stuff, it's kind of hard to get up. It's kind of hard to get to that gym, get punched in the face. That hunger leaves, and that's what you're experiencing. And then he thought he can come back, turn it off and turn it on. Nah, man, you can't do that. Manny Pacquiao stays hungry. Floyd Mayweather stayed hungry. And now you got these young lions that you've been dodging, Keith. But anyway, let me get back to the fight, man. So the first round when you go in, Keith Thurman gets knocked down first round with a good punch. Now, he wasn't hurt, but he got knocked down because he was off balance, hands was down, you know, doing that floating around the ring stuff, thinking his reflexes is a lot faster than Manny Pacquiao. He misjudged that, and he was out on the ground. Not out as knocked out, but out on his back. But he wasn't hurt. He got up. I was like, wow, how's he going to respond with this? I knew that put him down in the scorecards, but Keith said before the fight that what he was going to do was make Manny Pacquiao fight off his back foot. And I was like, I got to see this. But he did. He stuck to that game plan. He backed Manny up. Manny was a little quicker than what he thought. I think Keith's mind was there, but his body wasn't all the way there. I can't say Keith was 100% the old Keith Thurman. I saw a little bit of ring rust. He was trying to find his rhythm, but he stayed in there and stayed on Pacquiao. And the other thing about Pacquiao, he's got that irky-jerky type style. And it's kind of hard to fight those type people. He's popping in and out. He's jumping around. See, Pacquiao got this own little rhythm that he does, and it works for him. And Keith thought he had that down. But anyway, as the fight rolled on, Keith was down, I think Pacquiao landed like maybe 100 punches more than Keith Thurman early on in the fight. But Keith stayed in there on that grind. It seemed like he started evening it out towards the later rounds. But the first few rounds, man, I gave that to Pacquiao. I really did. But then towards the fourth, about the fifth, sixth round in there, I started seeing Keith Thurman start swinging, start coming back, start winning some rounds. 1 or 2 rounds in there I thought could have went either way. I think Keith being the aggressive, it could have went Keith's way. I still thought at that point, Pacquiao was slightly ahead on the scorecards. All because of that knockdown. Anyway, towards, I think it was about 7th, 8th round, he took a body shot. Keith Thurman took a body shot. I didn't know it was a body shot right off because the way the camera angle was, it looked like he got hit below the belt. When I saw him bend over, I was like, whoa, did he get hit below the belt? But then I saw the way his arm start protecting his body. I said, ooh, that was a body shot. Man, he was grimacing with pain. I could see him floating around, protecting that side, getting up out of there, getting on that bicycle. I mean, Keith was running for dear life at that point, man. He was like on that Josecito Lopez thing. He was running, man, and it was rightfully so. But Pacquiao chased him down. Pacquiao couldn't finish him. And then that next round, man, Keith shook it off. You can see he was hurt a little bit, shook it off, kept on pushing forward. And the thing about that is Keith had his nose bloodied earlier out throughout the fight. And you know that makes people hard, it makes it hard for fighters to breathe when they got blood and stuff flowing out their nose, so they got to breathe through their mouth. So it throw it off, you know. They tend to get a little wind, they sucking in too much air at times. But anyway, when he took that body shot, I could see the camera after it turned around and showed his face on the instant replay. I saw him take out his mouthpiece. I said, oh yeah, either it knocked the wind out of him. Either way it goes, it was hard for him to breathe. But plus, it either knocked the wind out of him or it was a good liver punch. After the fight, Thurman spoke on it. It was like, yeah, man, when I took that punch, he was like, man, I had to take my mouthpiece out so I could get some more air in. I was like, yeah, that was a good one. But I'll tell you what, even though Keith Thurman had been dodging people, and I'll be honest with you, I was hoping Pacquiao would win that because I lost a lot of respect for Keith. But in that loss, Keith gained a lot more respect for me because Keith stayed in there. He fought. He showed the heart of a true champion. I don't know too many people that could have took that body shot and stayed up on their feet and kept pressing. I mean, he shook it off, and that was a will to win. Keith Thurman still has the will to win. That lets you know he still's got to love the sport. I don't think Keith is as sharp as he was when he fought Danny Garcia and Sean Porter, but I think that a few more fights, he can get back to that old form, you know, and his wife just got back in the country in February, so it's going to be some adjusting to do on that. But also, the thing about Keith Thurman, he could not pass this up. I didn't want him to take another fight. He had to fight Pacquiao. You weren't going to get another shot at that Pacquiao fight. Now, Pacquiao, let me talk about Pacquiao for a moment. Pacquiao went in there, everything Pacquiao said he would do, he did. I was really impressed with Pacquiao. A lot of people misjudged Pacquiao on the Adrian Broner fight. I didn't. And the reason why I didn't misjudge him on that because Adrian Broner was in survival mode. Man, you know when a fighter's in survival mode, you can't knock a fighter out. Look at Mikey Garcia versus Earl Spence. Mikey Garcia, through the first round, after he got hit a few times, felt that power of Earl Spence and that quickness, he went in survival mode. If a fighter has his hands up around his face, how you going to knock him out? All you doing is hitting hands. And that's all Adrian Broner did. Adrian Broner landed 1 or 2 shots because Pacquiao was leaping in there. After the fight, we found out that Pacquiao was sick because he went running in the rain, got sick, but it still didn't stop him. He still did a dominant performance, and he would have done a better performance if Adrian Broner had let his hands go. Because once you try to, what is the saying? To get ass, you must bring ass. So if you're going to go try to take the fight to somebody or you're throwing those punches, as you're throwing, they can counter, they can duck under your shot, hit you. They can do so much stuff once you open up. They need you to punch. But when you just run around covering up, man, it ain't too much a fighter can do. So I didn't misjudge Pacquiao. I just said the Adrian Broner fight is what Adrian Broner does. He talks all this stuff. He gets up in there, and he's not aggressive. He's not. He's just running around the ring, trying not to get knocked out. But so as far as Pacquiao, he did a lot better than I thought he could do, but I didn't put all my eggs on that basket because of the Adrian Broner fight. I saw what Adrian was doing. So where does Pacquiao go from here? I know Pacquiao would love a Mayweather fight. I don't think he's going to get it. I don't think Mayweather's going to come back out. I don't think he has enough time. Because actually, Mayweather's a little older than Pacquiao. So I don't think that's going to happen. So what I would like to see, me personally, if Manny is going to go out, hey, go out in a blaze of glory. Fight the winner of Sean Porter versus Errol Spence. Because then if you win that, then you hold 3 belts. Only person left to fight would be Terrence Crawford. So, hey, why not? Why not do it? As far as Keith Thurman, I think he should go take a tune-up fight before the end of the year. I don't think he needs to go inactive. Because him being inactive, he's been inactive too much. And he's still a good fighter. This whole notion of fighters take one loss and they're washed up. Nah, man, Keith Thurman is definitely not washed up. He's definitely not washed up. But I'm glad that he took that because he took that L for 2 reasons. One reason is because the belt is freed up. Maybe Pacquiao run, but it's out of Keith Thurman's hands, which we know he's going to dodge people. He'd kept holding that belt up. Now he can be hungry like he used to be if he still wants it. But the main thing is Now that Keith Thurman has that L, he's not gonna protect that O. You know, he said, I ain't afraid to let it go. Yes, he was. He was really afraid to let it go. But now that he has that on there, now he's got nothing to lose. Because now he's got two things. Get a check and see if you can be in the Boxing Hall of Fame. You can't get there by losing to Pacquiao. And unfortunately, you don't have enough time on your hands to go up and try to revenge that loss. So what can you do? I think Pacquiao retired before he fights Keith Thurman again. I really do. I think there's other fights out there for him, and I hate that for Keith Thurman, man, because I think that with a couple other fights, I think Keith Thurman can go in there and probably, if he was on his A game, been a closer fight. I don't think he'd have been dropped because he would have kept his hands up. And being dropped in that fight was to me getting knocked down in the first and taking that body shot is the two punches that won Pacquiao that fight. And the first punch wasn't really a punch that hurt Keith Thurman. It was just his hands was down. He was trying to move, thought his body could respond like it used to. You got to think your body slowed down just a little bit because Adrian Bronner did say that he was down gambling with Keith Thurman. He was down with Keith Thurman that was gambling. And he told Keith, man, why are you here 2 nights in a row? And he told his friends, why y'all letting Keith down here gambling when he could change your life, and your life with this win. And y'all down here letting this man gamble? Man, Keith, you need to be taking this more serious. And that's what it was. Keith was overestimating his skills. He thought, man, I get in there, I'll be just as fast, this and that. Man, Pacquiao is a legend, and you are not as sharp as you used to be because of your inactivity. So I'm glad that things went down the way they went down. Hopefully we can keep seeing some really good boxings, man. That was straight up, no chaser. Hit the like, subscribe, and share, man. And support a pimp, man. It's hard out here for a pimp, man. But anyway, man, share my videos, man. Until next time, man, I'm out.